Hi, this is Tony from Your Level Best, and today we're going to go through the very basics of self-defense for those of us who are older. What we're going to focus on is just a really rudimentary look at some of the stretches, a block, a punch, a kick, and focusing techniques. Those three things, and we're not going to stay too long at this. We're going to get into this more as we go through the lessons themselves. But starting off, you have to stretch. And I'm going to show you quickly, because I'm already stretched out, I'm going to show you quickly what we need to do. So, the first stretch is just touch your toes. Now you can touch your toes, you can touch the floor, you can put your hands behind, which is next, and stretch to your knees. Then drop one leg behind, and you're stretching your Achilles tendon and calf. Your Achilles tendon and calf on your right leg. Bring your left leg up, drop your left leg back, and you're going to be stretching the same thing on the other side, the Achilles tendon and the calf muscle. Next, we're going to put our feet together, and we're going to step across, and we're going to go down again. This is going to stretch the Achilles tendon and calf on the left leg, and the other side, and you'll feel it as you do it. And each one of these exercises you're going to want to hold for at least 30 seconds or more, and when we're going through a full workout, that's what we're going to do. Okay? Next, go to the floor, put your feet together, hold your feet, put your elbows on your knees, stretch them out. This stretches the groin, the area in here. You're going to need all these areas stretched before you do any kind of complex kicking. For straight kicking with the one kick we're going to show you today, you don't need to be that stretched. Next, you're going to go out over the knee, grab the toe if you can, grab the ankle if you can't. You're going to stretch low, trying to touch your shoulder to your knee eventually, but start where you are. And don't be embarrassed. Wherever you are, that's where you are. Switch legs, same thing. Here, touch the toe, and you'll feel this in your glute and your hip outside. Push down here, touch the toe, and go as low as you can here, but stretch. Don't tug, don't jerk, none of that stuff, because that's how you can hurt yourself. Okay? Now, next, you spread both legs. You're going to touch the toes here, and you're going to try it. Now, this is really bad for me. I have had tight, just going to hold them out, and you're going to go lower, and this stretches the groin again, on down. You'll feel all these things. Then on the side, you'll feel it in the calf, and you'll feel it in the hamstring, mostly the calf. Concentrate a lot on the calves, because a lot of movements, you don't want to pop your calf, at all. So, okay, now let's come up. And your arms and shoulders. Okay, good. Now, every stance that we do is shoulder width apart. That's the way it's natural. You watch somebody playing basketball, when they guard somebody, shoulder width apart, go like this. Baseball, like this. Football, same thing. Everything is shoulder width apart, okay? So, shoulder width apart, drop one leg about shoulder width apart, and feel comfortable and balanced. If I was there, I'd give you a little push to see if you were balanced. So you want to be balanced over the center, the core of your body, okay? Now, first thing we're going to do is talk about focus. What you're going to need to do is get the surprise. Nobody's going to expect somebody our age, if they come up to, we're in a bad spot, they come up, they want to take our purse or our wallet or our car or something, right? Nobody's going to expect us to do anything. We're old, we're vulnerable, unless we pull a gun and shoot them, right? They're not going to expect us to do anything except hand over exactly what they want. Now, if you can do that, and if you can capably do that and think you're not going to get hurt, do that. Give them what they want, because it's a lot better to give them your watch, your car keys, your wallet, your purse, than it is to get hurt or to, hurt them. Because you can replace those things. You can't replace your life. You can't replace taking a life. So, if you can't do it, or if you think you're going to get hurt, if you think they're going to take it and hurt you anyway, where's the future in that? So, you have the element of surprise, but you're going to have to focus. And there are a couple of things that a man protects right away. He protects his face, and he protects his groin. Those are not the areas you're going to want to focus on. There are a lot of very vulnerable points in the human body besides that. Right in the middle of our chest, right here. Solar plexus, diaphragm. Focus there, okay? Another spot, right here. Liver. You hit somebody in the diaphragms or in the liver, you're going to drop them. You could drop God with a liver shot. So think about striking the area you want to strike, if you have to, and you do it with a punch. Feet are great. Punches are much more effective. In close, quick punch. Right between the ribs, right here. Diaphragm, okay? And all you're going to do, it's going to be a straight shot. It's going to come from your hips. So let's go back to our stance. Shoulder width apart. So your shoulders are here. Drop your shoulder width, right? And one quick shot just like this. Now watch the hips. Okay? Just like that. Hips go in, shoulder goes in. Just like that. And it's quick and it's short. Now the focus is not the area you're striking, but a little bit behind the area you're striking. So you're looking at the diaphragm, but your target is in the middle of their body. That helps you drive through the process. So you don't just short arm it and stop when you get to the diaphragm. You hit the diaphragm and you drive through. Now, you can't telegraph this because you lose the surprise. So when they come up to you, just drop a foot back. And if you want your lip to quiver, your eyes to quiver, whatever you want to do, you seem a little afraid, that's perfect, right? But when you start off, remember your stance. And we're going to practice these things, and we'll do that. We'll practice them, we'll get good at them, okay? Drop a foot back. Now, you're already standing like this, so they're not expecting anything at all. Now, your power comes from your hips and from the turn of the shoulder. You're generating the power right here, right? So you're here, you drive through it, just like that. That's all there is to it, just through it. We'll work on these things again more, but step one, rudimentary stuff, okay? Bang, just like that. Hip, shoulder, okay? Hip, shoulder. Hip, shoulder through. You're focusing on the diaphragm, but your target is in the middle of their body, not the outside of their body. You drive through the process, okay? Now, same thing for the liver. If somebody presents themselves here, you strike on the rib cage right there. Look up where a liver is. You want to hit the liver. You don't want to hit the groin. Guys are really protective of their groin. They're really protective of their face. Again, you could drop God with a liver shot, period, right? So diaphragm, liver. Hip, shoulder. And you'll feel this in your Achilles tendon and calf when you're moving your hips, right? So you drive through. In this case, if they're facing you, you're going to have to step over and you're going to hit them with a hook. Just a hook. And we'll show that again later. Or you can slide over, bang, with the right hand. Whichever you're more comfortable with, whichever works better for you. Now, we're going to show these things again in more detail. This is just the rudimentary stuff. Okay, so that's a first strike. Now you can also use your elbow. You can use your knee. You can use whatever you need to use. You can use your forehead on somebody else's face, on the bridge of their nose, right? All these things are in play. We're just talking about one quick punch. Now, let's also talk about a kick. Same thing. Not recommending you lift off your feet until you get good at this. Feet are here, knee up to where the target is, slightly above the target, and drive through. Same thing with your hips, right? Same thing with your hips. Driving through. You see the hip? Turn. You're here, through. Here, through. Here, through. You're striking the diaphragm, but you're driving through to the middle of the body, okay? I know this is a lot to take in at first. We're going to go through all these things in good detail. Now, if you're blocking something, parrying something, right? The idea is to be inside the blow coming at you. If somebody knows how to box, or they're a proficient martial artist, you know, they're really good at what they're doing, they're probably not going to be out there trying to lift your keys, your purse, whatever, right? Usually what you're going to see is this. Big right hand coming if they're going to strike you. Or they're going to strike you with an object. It's very easy. Again, focus. Focus on the middle of the chest. Don't look at the face. The face, you can see the only weapon they have in the face is their forehead. If they're going to attack with their forehead, you'll still see it if you're looking right here. You drop your eyes in the middle of the chest and you stare at the middle of their chest. If they start to strike you, that's when you have to move. Because even if you're going to give them what they want and they start to strike you, you know what's going to happen. They're going to hurt you, right? So, look at the middle of the chest, and as they start to strike, all the movement is your hands come up to here, and you just parry it if it's a right hand. That's all there is. That's all there is. If it's a gun coming in, or the haft of a knife coming in, like they turn it around, they want to hit you with it, it's just like this, right? That's all it is. Just like that. And then follow that with a punch. Okay? And again, we'll get into all this stuff, and we'll go through the process next time. This is just an introduction. We're already probably running into 7-8 minutes. Don't want this to be too long at first. Here's what you need to focus on. You're stretching. Go back and watch the stretches we did. Okay? Better if you do yoga. Do yoga 3 times a week, 4 times a week. You won't need to do these stretches before we start. If you don't do yoga, do those stretches I showed you. And we'll get into other stretches too. There are stretch kicks. So you get used to your legs moving. Stretch kicks, right? Both inside, they're inside-outside stretch kicks. Both legs. So all kinds of stretch kicks. So we'll do those too. But stretch. You have to stretch. If your body's not flexible, you can't do anything. Stretch. Focus. Focus. Laser-like. Probably all of you had tests when you were younger, when you really knew the material, you were focused going in there, you're focused on the questions. This is a big test. You need to focus on the question. The question is, what's going to happen? If the answer is, it's going to turn out badly, you have to know how to defend yourself. So you focus on your target and you strike, not the surface of the target, but through the target. And I don't want to hear, oh, I'm old, I can't do this. You know what? Some of the toughest people I knew when I was growing up, some of the toughest people I knew when I was taking martial arts, they were in their 40s, 50s, 60s. Toughest people I knew. Conversely, we have a lot more going for us when it comes to nutrition, weights. So we can be strong, nimble, smart about what we're doing into our 70s and 80s. So that's it for now. We'll start again soon on the next week. We're going to do this, and we're going to start for real. We're going to go through stretches. We're going to go through a punch, a block, a kick, and we'll start adding to it each week. So, look forward to seeing you next week. Have a great week and weekend. This is Tony from Your Level Best. Tell your friends about us. Let's get this going. And, you know, let's get lots of views so we can help some people that are our age who think the only way they can defend themselves is if they shoot somebody or stab them with a knife. No. We can defend people, we can defend ourselves using this and these. Okay? We'll work at it and I'll help you get there. All right, have a great day.